Hello everyone, I'm ErinnLeigh D and I'm here with City Trunk, and I have the pleasure of being here today with Lynn Aronson. She is the owner and founder of Stop the Suffering Rescue for Animals here in Central Ohio. Thank you so much for having me here today.
It's good to be here.
Yeah, so tell us all what exactly Start the Suffering is.
We are an animal rescue. We actually started late 2002, 2003. We have, like many rescues, a dog adoption program. We are a little bit different because we do something that's called transport.
Okay.
And we transport numerous dogs and cats from rural shelters to safety in the way of other rescue groups, including ours. And we do that every week. So the numbers are really quite huge. Last year we transported about 3,300 lives.
Wow, that is a lot of rescues. That is amazing, off of just one vision from you starting this rescue. Tell us a little bit about what's your reason, what was your why behind starting this rescue?
I was not the only person that started it. Like anything, it really takes a nation. I'm the only one that's left. But there were a group of us that were working with a rural shelter trying to find foster and adoptive homes, and we were falling on our face because the need was so great and the resources weren't there.
Sure.
And one of the group members started an idea about transporting to a place that wasn't as hit with pet overpopulation. And we just built and built and built that idea. There were times when I think we maybe transported 5-10 pets a week. And at this point, the need is so high in areas like Ohio, Kentucky, West Virginia. It's really high need area that you just can't possibly address.
So this just isn't just a Central Ohio program. This actually expands into some other areas then?
It does. We are a Central Ohio charity, and we do have a Central Ohio presence because our adoption program's here. And last year we had close to 200 adoptions, so we're not small by any means.
Yeah.
But we have sister rescues in other sister rescues in Columbus to whom we transport. We work with many rescues in Toledo and many rescues in Michigan. So it's just finding really good partnerships, people that do a lot of what we do as far as spaying and neuter, of course, before adoption, preferably home visits, and really good upfront work before they adopt out.
What is the process in transport? Are you in needs of volunteers, or are you accepting people to help if they were interested in doing transports?
Oh, yes. We always need drivers. We have one huge transport van, a big cargo van. It's a Dodge ProMaster 3500, and it accommodates a lot of lives. That's our main transport vehicle. We call the first route our southern route, and it goes from Portsmouth, Ohio. Sometimes we even go down to Worthington, Ohio, and we come back to Reynoldsburg. And we always need additional drivers on that route.
So if you are someone who is passionate about animals, and if you're passionate about rescue, and it's anything that you might be interested in finding out how you could volunteer to become someone who can transport animals, tell us what they might do to go about doing that with your.
They can go to our website, which is stopthesuffering.org, and you fill out an application, and we get back to you pretty quickly.
So with the drop down on the volunteer, let's talk about that a little bit. Is that for the transport, but then there are other areas that you can volunteer? Tell us a little bit about the other areas of volunteering needs that are needed.
Well, like any rescue, we always need foster homes. It's the only way we can save lives. We also need people that can go and walk dogs when they're in boarding, which is sometimes the case until we find a foster home. We need people that like this, like where we're at today, that can come to events and actually participate and take ownership. You just never know, so I really encourage, if you're interested, to look at the volunteer drop-down menu, read about what we do, because there might be a way you can fit in.
Absolutely. There are so many ways that you as a community could get involved with Stop the Suffering, and it sounds like there are just so many ways that you could use your talents and your time to give back to this amazing rescue. So we will be putting at the end of this video the website and their social media information so that you can reach out and you can just do a little investigating on your own to see if this is something that you would like to be a part of. Thank you so much for your time today. This is just, you're doing amazing things, you're saving lives, which is what this is all about, and we need you, the community, to get behind this amazing rescue and support them as well. So thank you so much for your time today, Lynn. It was a pleasure being here with you today.
Pleasure talking to you.
So I am here today talking with Michelle Neville, and she is a foster parent of dogs and puppies for Stop the Suffering, a non-profit rescue here in Central Ohio. Thank you so much for being here, Michelle.
Yeah.
So tell us, Michelle, about your journey and why you foster dogs.
Well, we foster dogs because there is a need of just homes in between when a dog is abandoned and when they need to find their forever home. And so we take them in and we care for them until their forever parents come along.
So tell us how long you've been fostering dogs.
We have been fostering dogs for 5 years.
And I've heard a story earlier about your first time that you decided to rescue a dog. Tell us about that story.
Well, I didn't realize that my first rescue was when I was very young, like 5 years old. I walked down the street and I took a puppy out of a box and I took it home and I got to keep it.
Now, if someone were interested in becoming a foster parent to a dog that would need a home, temporary or long-term, what would they need to do to become involved in doing that?
They would want to visit our website, www.stopthesuffering.org, to fill out an application to become a volunteer and foster. And through the application process, there's a lot of checking with vets and personal references, and it will end with a home visit to make sure that your environment is a safe environment for foster dogs.
Okay. So tell us just a little bit more about how you go through and make sure that families are the right fit for the right dogs that come out of the rescue.
We have to make sure that the puppy is not going to be a gift, an unexpected gift for an adult. We have to make sure that people understand that puppies and dogs require work. Some of the adults need some additional behavior help. So in addition to the application process, we make sure that the potential adopters understand anything they need to know about the animals in our rescue. For a puppy rescue, it's generally, they just need to understand that you need patience with a puppy. You're the person that's going to be developing and training them, and they're going to have accidents and issues. And I support all the puppies once they leave. So if anyone has any questions, any of my adopters have any questions on puppies they have adopted from me, I'm always try to be there as a resource.
That's you're always the foster mama.
Always. There will always be my babies.
So how many litters or how many different fosters have you done so far?
We have fostered and adopted out a little over 200 mamas and puppies.
Wow.
So yeah.
So a large portion of fostering these dogs and puppies, many of them come in pregnant, right? Just take us through that process of how that works.
Okay. So it's basically the process of making them comfortable, giving them a comfortable, safe place to have their babies, and then supporting them raising their babies. So.
Okay. And that is whelping babies?
Yeah.
Okay, I learned something.
Yes.
She does a really fun thing like with her naming. Tell us about some of the different litters that you've named and some of the names that you've given to your litters.
Okay. Well, as a family, we take turns naming puppies. So we've had everything from Grey's Anatomy litter to Harry Potter litter. We've had
The cookie litter.
the cookie litter. They were all named after Christmas cookies. We've had Little Rascals, Gilligan's Island, just throwbacks to great shows with interesting names. Our newest mama, her name is Fiona, and she will be having the Shrek babies.
The Shrek babies, how fun! What an amazing thing that Michelle and any foster parents and all of Stop the Suffering is doing to make sure that these fur babies are just kept safe and that they have safe homes. Michelle, I love what you're doing. That just takes so much commitment on your part and on your family's part that I just commend you for taking the time and caring so much about these fur babies.
We enjoy the process. We enjoy meeting the new families and seeing how excited they are to take their new dog home.
Anytime that you have any questions or if you would ever want to reach out to Michelle and just ask her more questions that go into a little bit more detail about the fostering process, the information will be there as well just to see if it's something that maybe you would be willing to check out. So anyway, thanks for coming, thanks for being here, and definitely check out Stop the Suffering. Bye for now. Bye.
I'm so impressed with